Hey everybody, welcome to this month's update video. So my name is Dan, and if this is the first time you're watching this video, then welcome. So if this is your first time watching this and you don't have a clue, let me just explain. So last year I did a gap year with Norwich Youth for Christ. If you want to know more about that, then you can go watch the other videos. There should be under a playlist. I do explain a little bit about it in the first month's update video. So there's two already out. One's basically explaining before I come here, and one's when I was here, what was last month. If you want to go watch them, go do it. They'll probably help as well. But basically, I'm doing a gap year with a church called Life Central Church in Helzowen, what's in the Black Country, near Birmingham. So I'm basically doing their gap year program called Equip. Equip is basically just a year that you take out where you work within the church, and you can pick either one or a couple of different things that the church do. So I'm doing production as my main thing that I'm doing in the church. If you know me, then you'll know that I have a heart for production. And I'm also doing youth work within the church as well. And I'll be talking a little bit about that as well with some of the things that I've been getting up to. So yeah, that's just a brief little introduction of what it is and what I'm doing. So let's start off with what have I been getting up to this month, and also what are the things that I'm involved in. Okay, so first off, let's talk about what I've been doing is Food Bank. If you don't know what Food Bank is, then I'm just going to really quickly, briefly explain what it is. But Food Bank is something that places run, and a lot of the time it is churches. And what it basically is it's being able to give food out to people that are maybe struggling at the moment with not being able to pay for food for whatever circumstances. As a church, we're able to step into that and support them, if that's for a week or an emergency one or something like that. And I think that's a really great thing that we can do as a church. I know my own church, we used to do it in COVID. We used to do emergency food parcels, and just being able to see that and help that and give them out, and just seeing the people being very grateful that we've been able to step in and support them through this situation, the season that they're in, is something I think is really, really important that we can do as Christians, and to be able to step in and be like Jesus and to support the people that need that support. So for me, like, I love doing Food Bank. I just think it's great when we're able to you know, support families, to support people with that. That's basically Food Bank, and I do that every Monday in the afternoon, and really love that, love the team that do it. So yeah, so some of the other things that I'm involved within the week is something called Cruz. So Cruz is what we call our youth that we do. We also have, I think it's tribes, what is kids. Every Wednesday on the evening we do Cruz, and Cruz has been really great to be able to kind of get involved with and help, and been building some really great relationships with some of the young people. It's been really great. And basically I'm going to explain a little bit about how that looks. We start at, I think it's 7, I could be wrong, something like that, maybe 7:30, who knows, I could be really wrong at this point. But when we start, they come in and we kind of just like welcome them in, and there's a bit of a time of like community where they can play on the PlayStation, the Xbox, play pool, play games, and there's a little bit of time of that while people are coming as a tuck shop. And then we'll start the main session a little bit later after that, where they'll come through into the base, what's like kind of the youth auditorium, as such, and they'll come through and we'll kind of do a bit of like, obviously if your background is church, you'll kind of know what this will look like, but if it's not, then this is probably helpful for you. But like, they'll come in and we'll have a bit of like introduction on the stage, a bit of kind of what's going on in the life of youth and in the church, what can you be getting involved with, what's coming up, and then we'll do that. We'll then have a talk, normally from Harvey, who's the youth pastor there at Life Central Church. We've had some other people talking as well, and that was at Cruz Live, and I'll talk a little bit about what Cruz Live is in a minute. And yeah, and then we'll kind of split off into our groups, what we call Cruz. and that's kind of through the years of school. And then we'll kind of talk about a couple of questions that are involved, that are surrounded around the talk. And then recently, in the past couple of weeks, we've actually been doing a little task, what's been really, really great, to kind of help maybe the young people that struggle a little bit with kind of the more, the question way of us talking about it and going, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think, you know, like, for me, I know as a young person, I struggled with that. So actually being able to have a task, a little game that links in, I think is actually really great that we're doing that. And then we'll go have a little bit of a 5-minute break, tuck shop, blah, blah, blah. We'll have a little bit of a break, 5 minutes, have tuck shop, and then we'll split back off. And then we go into kind of like clubs, really. So there's different kind of ones called zones. And we'll have different ones. So like for this month, we've had like football, dance, karaoke, like a craft. It's called design, chat, and some other ones. And it's been really great. And obviously we're moving into new ones, what I can't wait for. And yeah, so that's kind of you. That's Cruz. But what's Cruz Live? Cruz Live is basically Cruz, but it's in the main church, in the main auditorium, and it's a little bit more like a youth, like if you imagine a youth festival, if you've been to one or know what one looks like, if you imagine that and put it into like a couple of hours, that's literally it. So it's literally the same as Cruz, but we've got worship, a bit of an extended more talk, and we don't go into our zones, and we kind of have a bit of time to be able to pray and to worship and to kind of to do all that a little bit more on them, and they're like once a month. And I thought the first one I did was really great. I was on lights, and it was just so good to be able to do that, to see these young people worship, and also to have some healing and to be able to be prayed for over the guest speaker that we had, who did an amazing talk. So that's Cruz and Cruz Live. What's some of the other things that I do within the week? Well, obviously a lot of the things are production orientated. So what have I been doing this week especially? I've been editing a lot of videos, doing 2 projects that they've needed doing. One will be on at our midweek, what is next week. So if you want to check that out, you can go watch midweek, you know, just plug in our midweek in a little bit. And one of the others is the lead pastor of the church, Leon, took a team off to Tanzania and did a bit of with compassion, and did basically a trip out there to see what's going on down there, and seeing if there's a way that the church can help out with that, with compassion. And that was really great, being able to see that and edit that and just see the culture and see the differences of that. And something Leon said in it was, he said something like that we shouldn't be going over to them places and just like taking over, but actually, God, can you break our hearts and show us actually what you are saying and doing? And I thought that was really powerful when I was editing that. So that was really great. Yeah, so been doing that, and also some other things that I've been doing. This was, I think, a week ago. We changed all the LX. So LX is basically how you send signal to a light. And we obviously have a lot of lights in the church, so we basically took everything out of the church, on the stage, and redid it all. And that was really great experience. I was crawling under the stage and doing all that and plugging stuff in, and it was really great experience to be able to do that. Yeah, so talking about production and sound and stuff, obviously I've been helping out with a lot of the stuff that happens on a Sunday, and that has kind of looked like doing the cameras, doing lights and them kind of things, but it's been really great also to have the experience that I did last Sunday, that I did broadcast, and that was a new experience to me. I was a little bit out of my comfort zone and like, you know, and I want to be honest with you, I struggled, and you know, Gareth gave me a lot of support and helped me to get through that, and that was really great. Gareth, by the way, is the production lead for the church. He's been teaching me so much over the couple of the kind of month that I've been there, you know. So that's been really great. So here is a couple of videos. Some are from the room and some are from online that I've robbed. So just watch them now, and then you can kind of get an idea of the broadcast and how we do things at the church.
It's blowing right now, breaking my heart of stone, taking over like a Jericho. My walls.
Cool, amazing. I had a great time doing that. I can't wait to be on it again. I can't wait to be also doing front of house. I've done front of house for a conference that we held that I'll talk about a little bit after this. But I'm also doing for Cruz Live next month, so I can't wait for that. I'm excited for that. To be able to do front of house for that. But also with doing sound, I was able to do sound at Hagley. So Hagley is one of our sites. So we have a couple of different sites. We don't just have the one in Halzone. What's really great to be able to have that, to be able to have different sites, to be able to support different sites and see how we do different things at the different sites. Able to go over and have the experience of doing Hagley again. I did it last month, but I was just there for that one. But obviously this one, being able to do sound, and I thought it was really great. Here's some videos. So yeah, so that's kind of that, and that's what I've been doing with that. But obviously I was just saying about the conference. So I did front of house, what is sound for Limitless Oxygen. So Limitless is basically just a youth festival that runs, but they do loads of other things within in a week. You've probably heard me talk about DTI and the DTI conferences that are run. It's basically that, but they're kind of it's a different one. It's ran by different people. It's basically very similar. Hopefully that helps you imagine that a little bit more. But that was really great to be able to do that, to be able to run front of house at the church. It was one of the first times I did it. We had a band and we had some guests, we had some speakers, and I just thought it was just such a great time to be able to see that and see what they do and what Limitless is about. There's some really good conversations and some really good topics and some really good things that were brought up by the two speakers. And I just thought it was absolutely a great time to be able to do that. So that's kind of it, apart from one last thing that was this Thursday. We have our rehearsals for Sundays for the band and for production, but we were basically on Thursday running a prayer day where we were fasting and praying, and we had 3 areas where people could come and join in with prayer. One was on Facebook, one was in person, the other one was on Instagram Live, and we're doing some worship on that one. And I actually got the opportunity to play and to support that and to be able to lead people in prayer and to worship. So here is a video of the song Praise with Ben, who's another equipper, yeah, so here you go. I actually think that is it for this month. I was trying to think if there's anything that I've forgotten and rattled in my brain a little bit, like, is there anything I can think of? Is there anything I've forgotten about? And I don't think there is. If there is anything I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that, then I will talk about it next month if it was something really important. But I've basically got 2 notices that I just want to finish with. I hate the word notices, I look at church now. But 2 kind of things just to finish off with. The first thing is, if you want to be able to get more involved with what I'm doing, I've got this WhatsApp group, like the community thing on WhatsApp. I'm trying to get my head around that, but yeah, so I've got that, and I've basically got an announcement group and a prayer group. And basically, I've just been feeling over the kind of since I've been here that I wanted to do something a little bit different this year than last year, and to create a bit of a community and a place where people can kind of pray within what I'm doing and the things that I'm involved with within the church, but also pray for things that are happening in my life. So if you want to be able to join in with that, then please give me a message on any of my social media, or give me a text if you got my number. But if you don't have any physical way and you know my mom, then just give her a message, or if you know my brother, then give him a message as well, and they will kind of lead you my direction. So I'd love you to be able to get joined in with that. It's just a little bit more of a space where we can be a bit more personal, and you can kind of journey with me, and I'm putting different videos in there to let you know other things that are going on that I won't be posting publicly. So yeah, so if you want to be part of that, then please do, and that would be really great. And the last thing is, I'd love for you to just be able to pray that to pray for me in this season that and also not just me, but also what we're doing as a church. So we're obviously going into Christmas, and we've got so many Christmas things that we're doing. We're doing something called Jingle Jam, One World, One Something, and some other things. I can't really remember. It's not very great, is it? Yeah, so I'd love for you to just pray over these things, and we've been talking about recently kind of the culture of invitation and inviting people. So I just pray that you would soften people's hearts this year at Christmas, that you would help me have the confidence to speak to new people and to meet new people, if that's even in the streets of Hillsborough, and be able to invite them, but also for the team in the church, and everybody that's part of the church, even people that, you know, come on a Sunday or come within the stuff within the week, that you would soften their hearts, ask God to soften their hearts this Christmas. And that power of invitation as well, praying over that power of invitation. But also, this is a bit towards you as well. Why don't you be thinking about this Christmas? Who can you be inviting to the Christmas events that will be ran at your church or be ran at a church? And what can you do with the power of invite this Christmas? Because it's not about what we do as a church and how big the event is, or what we do, or what we put on if the show's great. It's not about that. It's about showing people that at Christmas, Jesus came for us to change the world as a baby, and about how Jesus still now can live within us and change our lives. And I think that is what the power of Christmas is, and that's what the power of invite is. So I just want to leave that with you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining this journey. Please share it with other people that you think would be interested, and I'll see you for next month's update video. See you later. Bye-bye.